Hey guys, welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie. This is episode 15. Guess what? We're starting everybody's favorite level, Rusty Bucket Bay. This is a level that's kind of notorious among people who have played this game or people who really know anything about this game as being annoying and hard. But surprisingly, I actually kind of enjoy this level. I enjoy going around the ship. I enjoy exploring all these areas inside the ship. Of course, there are a lot of aspects to this level that make it frustrating. But now we have the power of save states. I like how I tried that. I tried pooping an egg on the TNT box, and it did absolutely nothing. It just like pushed him back a little bit, which is kind of sad. If there's an explosive thing that you don't want to get close to, really the eggs are the only way that you can like the weapon that you can like distance weapon that you can use in this game, and you can't really ever use them as a weapon ever. So it's really inconvenient. Anyway, I like all these random just like indoor areas. I like indoor areas in video games because sometimes they feel just fun to explore, like a large building and all the separate areas. I mean, or like a large industrial thing like a ship, in which in this case there's enough contrast between all the different, like if a game does it poorly, and has a bunch of indoor areas which are all kind of homogeneous, they all kind of blend together, then it's not done well. But here I am going on another. I feel like I have nothing interesting to say for this episode, just like rants about game design and game choices. Game choices. Which obviously the folks over at Rare are brilliant and know a thing or two about video game design. I mean, they do make their games quite hard, and sometimes I think it's a bit too hard, but I actually used to be kind of good at this game, when I was in high school, so I didn't mind as much. I loved, actually playing this game on a physical N64. I love these kinds of areas, like the sailors' beds, or whatever. Not even sailors, because isn't this like this is not that kind of ship. This is more like a oil rig or an industrial or like a transportation kind of device. Anyway, there's a lot of things in this level that will hurt you. There are a lot of like TNT boxes that will blow up. There's the metal pipes with teeth. You just gotta watch out for the ones with teeth. If they don't have teeth, you're fine. There's the like lifesavers, which are they don't save your life. They do the opposite. Wow, what a funny original. Never mind. Get out of here, please. The real issue just is getting all the notes, because it's remembering every little separate location in this level. And then, of course, there's the issue of going through this entire level without dying, which, with save states, is not so bad. When you're actually playing this game, it can be quite bad, but also this combination is really easy to remember. 3-1-2-1-1-1. I also like one underrated or overlooked detail. Get it? Mumbo token, because it was right next to the camera, so I can see it. I have issues with 3D games and just having blind spots. Like, obviously there you have to have like some finesse when you handle the camera in a 3D area. But obviously the blind spot is the area that's in front of me, so I always kind of have to check it before really moving forward into something I don't know. There's a Mumbo token in the oven, which is kind of fun. I didn't want to waste my gold feathers. So get burnt on the stove and then go to the oven while you still have invincibility. That's pretty good. Shut up, Grunty. Oh my god. Some delicious, like, brown soup. Delicious being the operative word. Being not really. a knife on a chopping block, which is such a nice little detail. Like, they put that knife on the cutting board in there just for you to feel like, wow, this really is a real kitchen. I really am on a ship. I remember the last time I was on a cruise ship. It was 2017, I think. I've been on 2 cruise ships in my whole life. Also, this guy is in a very strange place. I kept fucking up the timing, so I didn't manage to kill him. I just kept losing health. Very annoying. Anyway. I've been watching a couple video essays on South Park. And otherwise having a very boring day. I don't know. I've been reading the complete Winnie the Pooh, though, so that's been really fun. The books, Winnie the Pooh, are quite enjoyable. It kind of makes me kind of remember that, like, oh yeah, they weren't originally American. They weren't originally all, like, Disney-fied and everything. Like, they're still pretty similar to the, you know, Disney versions of the characters. But then I just remember, like, oh yeah, they were all originally British. And it makes so much more sense if you kind of remember that. Anyway, I don't know if that actually makes sense. It's also kind of funny to remember that Banjo-Kazooie is British. Like, they were made by a British company. They don't, I don't know, you always kind of picture them speaking however, like, you picture them, I at least picture them with an American, like, jump ball, but, you know, they don't really talk that often, and when they do, it's just kind of like, woo, wow, woo, you know, just like vocalizations, so it's hard to tell. Even from their vocalizations, they don't really sound British, but I guess that's not a fair criticism to make, or assessment to make. It's not a fair assessment. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I don't know if you can tell, but this is the last. This is the second to last level in the game. Which I would say the 3 last levels in the game are actually my 3 favorites. But I do like the first couple of levels a lot. Maybe the middle 3, not so much, but, I had so much trouble with this jump. I don't know why, but I got it eventually. So, okay, and I know where the second honeycomb is. At least I do now, because this is post-commentary. So get ready for save state abuse, because this is... So, this makes no sense. The ship can't really be that big. Like, why is there a bottomless pit? Also, like, I guess this would be the engine room. Here, unfortunate enemy placement, and then death. So, yeah, obviously wasn't gonna stand for that BS. This is pretty easy if you just backflip 3 times in a row. Or, you know, times in a row. You out of here. Yeah, again, this game just kind of reminds me of 8th grade and 9th grade. And that period of my life feels so long ago now that I don't really know what to say about it. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't that long ago, like 11 years ago, which is a little less than half my life. But then I have to remember that, you know, I'm almost 30, and 30 really isn't that old either, so, well, whatever. I mean, we're not there yet. Enjoy my 20s while I still can, although I don't know if I can unironically enjoy my 20s. And, oh boy, unironically, isn't that such a great word that everyone loves? I don't know what I'm trying to say, because unironically is like, oh, ironic memes, like, oh, I unironically enjoy this movie. It's become quite a catchphrase in a way that it wasn't recently. Anyway, not that I can remember. Anyway, I mean, I have some good memories of high school and some good memories of middle school. And this is, you know, it's still a comfort game because it feels like, oh yeah, I played this game like all those years ago, and it was like a really nice thing in my life. Epic fail. And I was like, oh man, I have to redo like approximately 2 minutes of progress, but that's okay. I just like being able to do like a classic game, like also a game that's like a 3D platformer, because it just feels cooler. And a game where you go around collecting stuff, because it just, it's like, oh yeah, I get to collect stuff. It feels like, wow, I'm making progress. I'm collecting stuff. I got the thing. So satisfying. I don't know. I guess I'm not gonna go for that 1-up then. So no, bad timing. Bad timing. So wait for it to do the thing. Yeah, and then after we finish Rusty Bucket Bay, it's Plug Clock Wood, so this game's almost over. I like the use of like bari sax and trombones to kind of convey the oh god, why am I having such a hard time with this? Like, believe it or not, I used to be good at this game. This is like why I say that it's so cruel that they make you do all the notes in one go, instead of just having it be a, you know, a more like ukulele system. If like you get a feather, and get a quill, it stays collected. I don't know. So you hit those 2 propeller switches, and then you get this handy-dandy little timer, and then you have to start going fast as hell, and any little mistake you make will make or break this. So we have to get all the way back to the ship and swim through the propellers, collect the jiggy that's in there, and do it at a kind of awkward angle. Like, basically we have to like swim in and out kind of like at a 90-degree angle. I don't know, it doesn't really work. So here I was kind of taking an inefficient route, and then I was like, maybe I can still get there. I mean, at this stage I was still like, I couldn't even remember if this was the right side, or the correct side of the ship, and then I saw that it was, and I was like, oh, okay. So that clearly didn't work. And I was debating, you know, just getting the jiggy, getting a game over, or like getting a death and accepting it. But we've already gotten the first couple notes of this level, so I was like, no, I don't want to accept defeat that easily. So I had my save state, you know, I had my confidence, I had my save state. I just, you know, ran as fast as I could. Even this wasn't very efficient. This wasn't very fast. I can still do better. So you have to dive down, make sure the camera's pointed the right way, and then, from this camera angle, it's so hard to swim for the jiggy accurately and then swim back out. And then I was like, yeah, I'm dead. So I could have just accepted that, because the jiggy still would have counted, but I wanted to see if I could get it without dying. So 38 seconds on the clock. I'm thinking, how am I going to possibly do this? Well, go into Talon Trot as soon as possible. And then hold down the R button. Make sure the camera is directly behind you pretty much the whole time. And then just make a beeline to the end of the ship. Jump off. Press the B button immediately. And then you have 10 seconds to swim in and out. And get the angle just right. Here I got the jiggy, but I couldn't swim out in time. Which was so sad. So, third time's the charm, right? Third time is the key. Honestly, I should have made another save state at some point, like here. So, okay, so it takes about 10 seconds to get from here to the bow of the ship. Is that what it's called? The back? Bow of the ship. Anyway, get to the bow of the ship. Here's 13 seconds. 10. 9. Come on, get past the freaking propellers already. I don't think that's gonna work. I was very lucky. Yes! And I was very happy. I was ready to, punch the air, but I was like, nah, I gotta keep going. Another annoying feature of this level is the oily water. So, the oily water, you'll notice that the bubbles, the air meter is there even when we're on the surface of the water. And that's because the air meter drops down super fast when you're underwater, but it depletes kind of, I think, slowly when you're just at the surface of the water. And then once you're far enough away from the surface of the water, does it actually refill itself? It's weird. I don't know exactly how it's programmed, but the rest of the level is basically just one big circle, or square, or whatever you want to call it. Basically just the perimeter of the area. Those gray windows, you can't do anything with them, but the clear windows you can. There's only one clear window, so just keep that in mind for when we get to it. Is there one or is there two? Or is there three? Or is there an irrational number, like 3.1415? Hey! Pi Day was 4 days ago, because today is March the 18th. Oh my god, I'm sorry I don't have anything interesting to say about this game. It certainly is a game with blue bouncing eggs. Those eggs look delicious. Do you think they would taste like Lucky Charms? So yeah, Scientology is weird. I mean, but it's not unprecedented because humans are always figuring out other ways to turn a profit on other humans, and other humans are always looking for things to kind of fill the void, or things to kind of say that they're happy. We all just kind of want to... We want to be able to tell people we're happy, even when we're not. But, like, it's okay to not be happy all the time. I mean, your life can be fantastic, but you're not going to be happy all the time because we're human. And you just kind of have to accept that. Also, this jump was kind of tricky. And I managed to run under him, so that was kind of, I don't know, mildly skillful. Like, I'm not great at video games, but, I do manage to pull off a cool maneuver every once in a while. I can't believe it's 2024, so it's like, this summer is going to be my 10-year anniversary of starting this channel. A decade! Yeah. And I'm almost at LP number 50, which I guess is kind of fitting for hitting 10 years of Helium Lemon. And it's also kind of cool because one of my first LPs was Mario 64, and I always see Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie as kind of competing like 3D platformers. The thing about Banjo-Kazooie though is just like, I don't know, Mario 64 kind of was like super graphically primitive, and like, I don't know, Rare really knows how to step it up with the graphics. Like, this game just looks so good for an N64 game. Most N64 games don't look anywhere near this good, and it's kind of the same thing with Donkey Kong Country. Like, Donkey Kong Country is leaps and bounds graphically beyond standard SNES game. Like, the character modeling is just so advanced. You look at Mario 64 and you're like, yeah, well, it's all a bunch of kind of like polygons and textures on surfaces. You look at Banjo-Kazooie and you're like, wow, that genuinely looks really good. You forget it's on N64. At least, I don't know. I think you could. You possibly could. Anyway, nothing much up here besides a 1-up. And really the only way to, I kind of hate that. You can hear the doors slamming in the hallway. They're so loud. Anyway, yeah, Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, competing platformers, or 3D platformers. I mean, this game came out 2 years after Mario 64, so it's not like they were that competing. I just feel like Mario 64 walked so that Banjo-Kazooie could run. But yeah, can you believe that 2014 was my Mario 64 playthrough, or like the first bit of it, and then I finished it in 2015. So actually most of it was 2015. I should have made a save state there so I could get all the notes. Very annoying. I'm very annoyed with myself. But that's fine. Where did that put me back to? Oh, to here. Okay. I was like, oh, I'm so good of a gamer. Like, I don't know. 10 years ago, I was doing my Mario 64 playthrough, and, like, I managed to, like, do, like, a cool jump into a star, or, like, a backflip into a star, and I was like, oh my god, I'm such a good gamer. Like, oh, that was so cool that just happened, and I was, like, very easily impressed, and now I'm, like, I've come so far since then, basically. So, whatever. This Jinjo just out here by himself. So this is kind of a weird little area. Like, Snacker's just gonna come for you, dude. And how do you actually get out of this area? I'm genuinely concerned for when I have to come in here and record the next episode, which may or may not go back to live commentary. I don't know. I kind of enjoy doing this game post commentary, so I can just focus on exploring. But I can be a bit scatterbrained when I have to do live commentary. But, I don't know, I should go back to live commentary eventually. Everything recently has been post. Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass has been post. This has been post. Freddy Fish has been live, but, like, that's the only thing, literally. The last Freddy Fish like game that I did was Freddy Fish 3, and that was so underwhelming. That was like only 2 episodes, and I was like, man, that was so underwhelming. I expected to, I don't know, enjoy it a bit more or something, but oh well. Here's the second honeycomb, by the way. Come in here, there's an angry lifesaver, hit the switch, and there's a fly pad somewhere in the room. I don't know, but I'm also excited to, I've been playing a little bit of Corn Kids 64, and I want to play other, like, indie, platformers that have been coming out recently, like, Pseudo Regalia, Clive and Wrench, I think I've mentioned this, but I have been playing Silo Cycle. It's just a very hard game. So I'm about halfway through, though. Anyway, I'm not sure how to get out of this room, well, besides by swimming. So we may or may not finish Rusty Bucket Bay in the next episode or the episode after that, but I hope to see you soon for more Banjo-Kazooie.